I was on here probably many months ago when I was in the process of purchasing my home. And now that I'm actually here and received my first payment, I would just love a quick reminder of what it is. And I did watch you go through the last process, so I kind of feel like I have an idea, but just a quick reminder on what I should do for the rest of my payments. And I do have my actual numbers. I know last time I was kind of guessing. So just a real quick reminder is really what I was hoping to get today.
Well, listen, we'll be glad to give you a little reminder, but know this. What we're talking about is I'm still speaking in generalities, even with your actual numbers. To know specifically what to do is a lot of math involved. And that is why we have a computer program that does all of the math for us. Okay. And the reason why I mention this is because if you have just five variables, that means five different things you can do financially. And if you do them in the right order, you can save the most amount of money. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So I got five things that I could do. So if I have five loans, or even if I only have one loan, there are more than five ways to pay that loan back with a certain amount of money. I can use this amount. I could use that amount. There are certain things that I can do. Let's say we have five different things we could do. Do you realize you can arrange those five things 120 different ways? And one of the 120 is optimum. That's going to save you the most amount of money. Now, would you think that the same five things would be arranged in the right way for everybody on your block? What do you think?
No,
No, it wouldn't. So this all individual. So the best that I can tell you is I could give you some insight into what to do. But my question to you would be, do you want to save some interest, or do you want to save the maximum amount of interest that's mathematically possible for you?
Definitely the maximum.
The maximum. So do you want to save some years, or do you want to you want to save the maximum amount of years you possibly can save?
All of it.
There you go. So I'm going to show you some things. All right. But if you want to know exactly what to do, then getting a computer program that does all of the math for you, that says move this amount of money in this month on this day of the month, and here's how much interest you save because of it. That's what we actually need to save the most, to kill the most amount of interest, and to get rid of that debt in the most efficient way possible. But I'm going to put some things on the screen. Are you watching on your computer again, Annette?
I am. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to change this out. And since you have your numbers there, how much is our loan from the very beginning?
200,000.
200,000. There we go. All right. And what is our interest rate?
3.99%.
3.99. Okay. And it's a 30-year loan?
Yes, it is.
All right. So when we calculate that, we're looking at a principal and interest payment of $953.68. Are we fairly close?
To the penny.
How about that? Okay. To the penny. All right. See, this computer makes me look smart. Oh my goodness. Listen, I couldn't do this without the computer. I'm just letting you guys know. All right. I'm not taking any credit for this. The information, it doesn't come from me. It goes through me. All right. I get the information from above and I pass it on to you. I'm not taking any credit for any of this today. All right. So folks, here's what we got. So here's what we're looking at. I'm in the summary now. The amount of interest that the bank wants for this loan over 30 years is $143,324.80. Does that sound like 3.99% to you?
No.
No, it's 71% all day. 71.662% of what you borrowed, the bank wants in the form of interest. So do you want to give them that money?
No way.
Let's see how we can prevent that. So here's what we've got at 3.99% interest. So on that very first payment, $288.68 goes to principal. How much goes to interest?
$665.
That's so way out of whack.
It should be the other way around.
It should be the other way around. Okay. Even that, I don't want to pay even that much money in interest. So, I mean, how do we get away with I'm paying down my mortgage with $200 payments? And the bank is doing me a favor so I can get this house now, but they want to charge me $665 interest just to give them $288.68. And we get so used to just making that payment, we're not looking at our total interest cost for the month or for the year. So if we add up all of these $600 payments for 12 months, okay, and all of the $200 payments for 12 months, if we take a look at the cumulative principal, we are paying down this loan by $3,528.22 in the first year, aren't we? And how much interest does the bank want us to pay in that first year?
Interest, 7,000. Yeah.
My goodness. Now, if there wasn't for the weakness in this system, I would be feeling pretty bad right about now. But because we can learn how to read this thing, we can save a ton of interest. So here's my next question. After all your bills are paid, Miss Annette, is there any money left over?
Yes.
There you go. So let me ask you, are you taking any money out of your budget just to have a little bit of fun? Are you adding that to your lifestyle?
To be honest, yes, I don't have a set budget.
But you are having some fun, aren't you?
Yes.
There you go. Listen, you got to have some fun along the way. There's a guy that lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Do you know why we did our very first conference in Nashville? Because of him. He says, you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to have any fun. You need to take all of your money and work an extra job and take that money too and throw it at your debt. And then when you pay off all your debt, then you can live and have some fun. How do you like that formula, Miss Annette?
It sounds pretty serious, but it's a strategy.
It's a strategy. Yeah, but you don't sound excited about that strategy.
No.
How would you like?
6-year-old, so we got to do a little fun.
Got a little fun. Okay. So how would you like to be able to have a little fun and pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years while you're having some fun along the way?
That's my goal. Exactly.
There you go.
Yep.
So now we've got some money set aside for a little bit of fun because you said you have a 6-year-old.
Yes, I do.
There you go. Got to have a little fun along the way. And then you probably have some sort of savings plan, like at work or something, correct?
I'm self-employed. I have a business, so I need to do a better job with that as well.
All right.
Yeah,
but you know that a savings plan is important.
Yes.
We can do a little bit of a savings plan. Okay.
Yep.
Number 3, we have to make minimum payments on the debt, don't we? At least that.
Yes, we do.
All right. Or if we don't make at least the minimum payments, they come by and get stuff. Come take it back. We don't want that. All right. Then the last thing is to make sure the bills are paid, like the electricity, the insurances. We got to buy some food because we got a 6-year-old. Okay. So, we got TV, we got internet, we got to pay all the rest of the bills. So once we do all that, we have some money left over. How about optimizing the amount of money that we have left over to kill some interest?
That sounds really good to me and what I wanted to do for sure.
All right.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.